Angelina again, and in today's video I'll be showing you some back to school DIY notebooks that you could try. And I know it's kind of late in the season to upload a back to school video because most YouTubers did it like all the way in July. I'm really sorry for those of you who might have already started school, but I'm not starting school till September 7th, so I feel like if you already are going to school, you should still try these notebooks because they're really cool and they would look really nice in your backpack. So I hope you enjoy these fun notebook DIY ideas, and let's get started. So for this Galaxy Sky notebook right here, you are going to be taking a white watercolor piece of paper, and you can just use normal paper. I'm just using watercolor, and you will be taking a pencil and tracing the cover of your notebook on the paper just like so. And then you're just going to take some scissors and cut out what you have traced. And after this, you're going to be putting two little dashes at where there's a black kind of border at the edge of your notebook. And then you will be taking a ruler and connecting these two dashes that you have drawn and cutting that edge off. And then you're going to check if it fits onto your notebook, and if it does, you will be taking your watercolors, and I'm placing a paper underneath to not get my workspace dirty. You're going to take some water, and this you will be doing a wet on wet watercolor technique. You don't really have to do this, but it just helps the watercolors blend better. When you're done, you can take your watercolors and start painting. I will be using dark blues, purples, and also some pinks and some light green for my sky. And you can make it lighter and darker in some colors just like I did. Now you will be drying it, and you can use a fan to speed up the drying process. Then you're going to be taking a toothbrush, some white paint, and lightly dabbing the toothbrush into the white paint and start just kind of splattering it onto the paper to make small white stars in the sky. And then you're going to be taking a thin small brush, also dabbing into white paint and putting some dots, bigger ones, on paper. And then making some lines on the top and on the bottom and on the sides of the dots to kind of make star shapes. And now you're going to be taking some black paints and taking your fan brushes, and you're going to start making the trees with the black paint. Now making some lines to represent the tree stems and where the trees that I want are going to be. And then I'm just continuing to draw the trees, and as you can see, I'm making the tree branches smaller as I go up the tree. And now I'm also taking some white paint, and I'm going to be mixing it with the black to make kind of a grayish color and highlighting the stems of the trees, and also highlighting the bottom of the trees with some light gray because they're not just completely black even at night. Now I took a round shape and traced it and made a circle out of paper, and now I'm just going to be putting it into some paint, but first I'm going to be mixing it. So I'm mixing black and white, and this is for the moon. Then I'm placing the paper onto the paint and placing that circle with the paint onto wherever I want the moon to be. And I also just added some white and also blended it, kind of added a white outline. This is optional, I just felt like doing it just because. Now I also added some highlights onto the trees, also with some white and light grayish. Now I'm putting on tape onto the side to protect it from getting covered with Mod Podge, and I'm gluing the cover onto the notebook. Done! Now for this colorful notebook, I will be going into Google, and I just googled some artistic backgrounds, kind of some pretty pictures that are colorful. And then I went to Google Images, and I just chose out some pretty pictures that I liked. I clicked Save Image As, and I saved it to my gallery. After this, I laid it out in Google Docs, and I just printed So now you're going to be painting the background of your notebook on the front of your notebook cover, and I put some tape on the side to not get it covered in paint. And I will be using some white paint and just spreading it all over the notebook, and I needed to put a couple of layers because I didn't really want the white to be see-through. And while your paint is drying, you can be cutting your colorful paper into different shapes, and I just chose triangles. After you think that you've cut enough shapes to fit on your notebook, you will be taking your notebook, taking the tape off, and then you're just going to be laying out as many pieces as you like on your notebook. You can place the pieces however you'd like, but I'm just leaving some white space in between every shape that I put. And while you're laying them out, you might think that some of the pieces might not fit, but there's just so many ways that you can place the pieces that it really doesn't matter. So as you can see, I also added a quote in the middle of my notebook. And after this, you're going to be taking some Mod Podge and just start gluing your pieces on. Now I'm just gluing my quote on. That is the last thing I have to glue. And as you can see, I have some paper sticking out on the side, so I'm just going to be cutting them off. And then also taking some Mod Podge and covering the whole entire page with it, because it gives it a nice glossy finish and it just makes sure none of the pieces falls off. So for this last tape notebook, you're going to be taking some colorful washi or duct tape, putting it on the notebook in a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal way. And I just taped it on, and I kind of bent the little edges of the tape around the notebook. And what I'm going to be doing is making a little name tag in the middle, so as you can kind of see through the notebook, and you can kind of see the outline of the name tag, or where it used to be. So what I'm going to be doing is putting the tape around it. And now that I've done that, I'm going to be taping on my last two pieces of tape. And as you know, composition notebooks usually have a little kind of rounded edge to them. So how you're going to make that rounded edge with tape is you're going to make a little cut at the edge of your notebook right in the corner, and you're just going to be bending the tape inside of it. And after you've done that, I just added a little border to my name tag and wrote my name in the middle, and my notebook is done. So this was the end for today's video. If you liked all of my 3 DIY notebook ideas, please give this video a thumbs up, and also make sure to check out and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos done by me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!